What's up everyone, it's Ojh&x and we're back at it again with the Elite PvP series, bringing you the PvP by the world's top players. Today is absolutely no difference. We are joined by Fieldsy, one of the top players in the world. Fieldsy, thanks for coming on the channel, man. How are you doing?
Hey, evening. Yes, thanks. Doing very well, thank you. Happy to share my latest Charga build with a bit of a twist that not many people see in game these days. So should be fun to talk about, and yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a quick one is that, as I was saying to you earlier, I've just been accepted into the YouTube partner program. So if people want to do super likes, super thanks, super chats, memberships, or whatever, then get involved. It helps support the channel. But today, that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about this Charga deck that Fieldsy sharing with us. And as he said, a little bit unusual because personally, I don't see much Chimera in PvP at all. I certainly don't see Chimera with the Leviathan talent. So do you want to have a talk to us about this deck? How you play? I mean, how did you come up with it? How are you playing it? What's the kind of strategy behind it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the decks that I like to play slow, methodical decks. Most of the time, I win in overtime. So this deck, it's centered around everyone's playing Gargoyle, everyone's playing Deep Breath. Uh, with the talent of Leviathan, Chimera obviously outlives a Deep Breath. So people will play a Gargoyle and you can play your Chimera, and then people will Deep Breath it, think they're going to kill it, but they don't. So they're going to have to spend extra resources to be able to kill the Chimera. And it's really good at dealing with Gargoyles with the poison stacking. As well as that, we've got Harvest Golem to stall, really good at the moment against Prowlers. Have to have Deep Breath. Running the anti-armor talent. I was running the resist talent, but when Ragnaros was introduced, it created a few issues where Chimera was just killing itself. So it needed to remove that armor. That's the only reason that's in there. And auto includes are obviously Quillbore and Murlocs. And then lastly, I've got the Shaman with the healing totem for base. Just because when I play the deck early on, sometimes I will leak some core damage until I can get Chimera rolling. So we'll use that to heal up into the late game. Some games I won't even play the Shaman until sort of 30 seconds of overtime, and I'll only cycle 2 of them. If the opponent's not paying attention, they don't realize that you have another mini that you haven't played.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we were talking before saying that Shaman's obviously pretty strong with its tower healing. So you've got that as a surprise. As you said, you've got the kind of fundamentals in there with the Murlocs, the Quillbore, and the Harvest Golem. You're playing the chickens on the Harvest Golem, not the stun. Any particular reason that the chickens are in there?
Yes, chickens. Now the bounty hunt's finished, I switched over to chickens. I was playing the stun before. Chickens way better at dealing with Prowler, and with the rocket towers, they will get chip damage on the base as well because they are faster than the rocket impact. So yeah, just really good at dealing with the Prowlers, which are everywhere at the moment, and the extra damage on core.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. So the chickens run out of the rocket kind of splash radius can get some free chip damage for you. Annoying little chickens. Right, so
Exactly.
you've got 3 replays that you've sent to me. So yeah, let's hop into the first one. You can talk us through it. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Right then, first match going up against the Baron. Oh, one of your guild mates. So how are we dealing with Baron?
Yes. Well, first of all, not afraid to take points off my guildies. They need to earn the wins. We'll try and take chest here. So we've got Golem. He's kind of the only one I'll use to take chest. He's the only one I've got that I want to play. So we'll take chest, play Chimera over on the side here. So this will be able to deal with Ghoul and the mages unless they action it. So we can see there, it outlived safe, probably because it's level 11, which is nice. And now he's got nothing to deal with it, and it's going to do good damage.
Yeah.
Deep breath, so we know that's coming.
So are you trying to play? So are you at the start then? Are you playing for anything from that right tower? Are you playing that to cross over the bridge then to go like the long way around?
Just to help damage. So at the moment, I'm just trying to stop damage on my base, get some things rolling, not overcommitting if I have to. I'm just going to throw golems down mid. We'll control gold here. Over on the left tower, we've got. We try and get Charlga onto base to stop it hitting, because obviously her ability disables the tower.
Yeah.
So we'll protect that little bit of a side push. We've still got a bit of mid control, but we're going to have to kill all these here. So Deep Breath does a good job of that.
Yeah, really good value, wasn't it? Because you pretty much killed the Baron and got rid of the Witch Doctor as well, which is good.
Exactly. And we've got to remember here, we have Shaman for late game. We don't need to overextend with our minis. Let's just keep gold control going. If we get some chip damage, we get some chip damage on base. That's what we want. And just keep cycling Leviathan here. Chimera with Leviathan, so it's getting tankier and tankier.
Yeah, this must be like the fourth or fifth Chimera already or something. So he's up by like 50% health or so.
Exactly. So we see there the chicken's got a bit of damage on base as well. Now he's played a surprise gargoyle here. So I've got a fully stacked Chimera, so should hopefully be able to deal with it unless he has poly. I can't remember if he does. But yeah, it's a free. He just wasted 3 gold and we've got nothing from it.
Yeah, that Chimera is like 50% health now off the safe pilots.
Exactly. So we've done chip damage. We've got control still, gold in the bank, and we've still got Shaman that he doesn't know about. So we just keep playing. I quillboard the Baron out there just so I could get the 2 gold. It was kind of waste 2 gold, but it stops him from getting gold. Chimera just wreaking havoc, stacking poison.
Chimera stayed alive for so long, so much value for the. I know it's 5 gold, but it's getting so much value from it.
Yeah, exactly. And if it gets a hit on it, stacks of poison as well. So it's just little bits of chip damage. So I haven't really done any big damage to the base, but you can see I've done a fair chunk to it. Here, I didn't want to waste my. So I used Quillbore at the back there because I knew that he'd have to answer with the safe, and then I could just Deep Breath everything.
Yeah, even more value. Deep Breath hit just about everything there, didn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just trying to make good trades here. He's got no real pressure. He's relying on Gargoyle, but my Chimera is the perfect answer for it. So I just keep trying to cycle. And when I'm cycling here, I'm trying to play my 1-cost minis. Big thing about Charlga, the downside, you have to know what your gold costs are coming up. So you're always looking at that grey one in the bottom left. I know if I spend 2, the next one's 4. Next one's 3 now. So making sure that you're not overspending, because some of your answers might be more expensive than what you need them to be or want them to be.
I think you've just blown my mind with how Charlga works. I think we're going to have to come back to that in a minute.
Yeah, so that's why sometimes you will just take a little bit of chip damage because you're like, okay, I can't answer this right now. Otherwise, that's going to leave my side tower vulnerable. So we can see here he's had to swap up his gargoyle. Deep Breath removing the armor deals with that with the Murlocs.
You're giving him a thumbs up. Good, a bit of guildmate chat there. Really good, really solid. I think one of the things that I've noticed as well with you better players is that you scan around the whole map like really frequently and don't get to kind of a tunnel vision on just like one particular battle that's going on a particular lane. I think that's one of my downfalls is that I kind of want to watch the minis fight it out. Whereas you don't need to watch them fight. They will fight whether you're watching or not. You need to get on with other things. So when you were saying before about if the opponent's not paying attention, you can drop a shaman and get some healing. That is me. That is me, like daydreaming, watching a side tower battle. So
it's funny you say that. I got so used to scanning the map because back in beta, Charlga had an unbound talent, so you could literally unbound a tower, and if you're not watching, it's going to take the tower. So you could put it in in the corner of Gadget Zone, which is the map at the time, and it would take a tower if you're not watching it. While you're fighting over in the top left corner, you can take bottom right.
Oh wow, unbound Charlga.
Yeah, that was back in the beta days. That was good fun.
Wow, good. So I'm just trying to think of some points from that then. So it seemed like it was fairly what's the word? There was a routine to it. That's the word I want. Routine, as in that there was harvest golems that were going to contest the chest on the bridge. You were obviously saving your chimeras from to go from your right side tower across the bridge, and then in the end you were saving your chimeras once you knew that the opponent had gargoyle. So in the end, like you say, without downplaying the skill that was involved, is that you didn't put, say, like a huge push or anything. It was just steady play. You just chipped away. You got good gold control. Is that fair enough?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly
I'm sure there's more to it than that, but is that kind of a reasonable summary?
That's how I like to play my game, nice and calculated. I know what's coming, what they've got, and how I'm going to reply, how I'm going to answer it.
Awesome. You said something about Charlga, and I think this is something that I'm aware of, the kind of the gold cost versus the minis that you're playing, and how the two are like not aligned when you're playing Charlga essentially. But if I just hop back here, are you saying that if you play a mini now, that the next one will be...
if I play... Yeah, it's going to be 1.
And the next one will be... Yep. So that anything you play now, the next one will be 5.
So right here, if you pause that...
Hold on.
So right now, if I play...
There you go.
Yeah, that for 1. So if I play Deep Breath for 1,
yeah, my
next mini is going to cost 5. So if I need to play a Harvest Golem to defend, it's going to cost me 5. So... Yeah, you got to plan for that.
Why is nobody? You blow my mind. I thought there was. I thought people were kind of keeping track of some kind of gold spend rotation in the background. I didn't know it was as simple as just looking at that and saying, "Oh, well, it's going to be." You've just changed the outlook of my Charlga play. Anyway, we've got 2 more replays to look at, so I'm going to be paying closer attention to that. Any final thoughts on this replay, or we'll hop into the next one?
No, that was pretty calculated. Happy they don't have poly. Poly makes things difficult, but yeah, always nice to beat a Baron.
So if they've got poly, then let's just touch on that briefly. If they've got a poly, just don't play, because you've only got 2 air counters in this, haven't you? With well, I suppose you've got Deep Breath as well, but you've only got Chimera and Murlocs. So I suppose don't stack them on top of each other and just try and play the waiting game and hope he polys early, maybe?
Exactly. Plus Shaman does do a little bit of damage and heal up, so it can kind of counteract it. So you kind of do have a third. But yeah, it makes it difficult. Gargoyle on there for running poly and Deep Breath. It is difficult, but yeah, they've got to spend a lot of resources as well to counteract Chimera. Happy
days. Right. Awesome, great replay, super explanation. Let's get into the next one. Mazizo, Ojh&x playing a Jaina. Oh, turtle strategy. What's right? Talk me through this then.
Yeah. So first of all, we need to figure out what type of Jaina he's playing. Whether he's playing a turtle or an aggressive one. So we're just going to throw out our emotes at each other.
That's a good emote. I like that one.
Yeah. So we know that he's got Prowler. I've got Harvest Golem to answer it, so we're fine with that. Jaina Deep Breath is always a struggle. You can tell he just wiped my Chimera. So we're just sort of feeling it out. I need to be able to get some damage on base because I won't be able to out-heal in overtime. So we will need to get aggressive at some stage, but we're just going to be a bit reactive at the start. I'll keep cycling Charlga and my 1-cost, low-cost minis just to keep that gold for future use, so we'll get some more 1-costs coming out. But yeah, we're just taking it easy for now, holding on to gold.
So I think as you said before, that obviously you know that Deep Breath is going to survive. You know that Chimera is going to survive a Deep Breath, but not if it's +3'd from Jaina. So
exactly, not until we get to our 3rd cycle of Chimera here, then he'll start to live.
Right.
Now we've got some good chip damage there. The Golem chickens did well. Now he took tower. But he's got really nothing to back it up at the moment, and I can retake it pretty easy.
Yeah.
So that's good damage for me.
The Deep Breath Chimera trade, is it an equal Deep Breath kills a Chimera, or has it got to be one above?
One above.
Right.
One above. So yeah, we're kind of happy. We got gold in hand. We're still doing some damage to base.
Oh, there's the chickens. There's the chickens just ran out of the blast zone, so that would have caught. So he's had to respond to that.
Exactly. Now I'm pretty sure this is where I make a mistake. I've played Golem on my right-hand side, I've got nothing to defend against a Prowler on the left-hand side, which Maz, being the great player he is, takes full advantage.
He spotted that
So
straight
here,
away.
yeah, I need to get him out of stealth. I need to get him stunned, but we got deep breath coming in. I take some damage. Execute. So I took a lot of damage there. When if I'd played Golem or held on to Golem, I would have taken none.
Yeah, okay, good.
So we're equal in health. I'm a bit shell-shocked there because I made a pretty big mistake. I'll not need to start healing up a bit. But I don't want to show my cards too soon. I don't want to let him know that I've got Shaman. So we're still just going to try and cycle. Now here, even if I can bait the Prowler to come to my side tower.
Yeah, solid.
Playing the column there. So we're just doing all right. I want to try and get some chip on the base if I can.
I think
Cycle Chimera.
Sorry, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, cycle another Chimera. He's going to have to deal with that with Deep Breath and Execute starting up soon. Now, I know that I'm going to have to cycle back to my Golem here, and luckily I get that mine, and I'm able to stop some extra damage on base.
Golem and Murlocs for 9 gold.
Yep.
It does not feel good.
No. Now, so overtime's hit. I've played my Shaman. I'm starting to heal back up my base. Here I use my Quillbore to tank some, and I'm going to try and get some poison stacks on base.
Yeah, good.
Trying to get him to focus more on defending now rather than spells on my base. But he knows he's going to have to get some damage on because I've got Shaman. Stopping him from getting any extra gold. And now I'm starting to feel pretty confident. His main damage is Prowler.
Yeah, so you've just started
Trying
basically.
to take tower.
Yeah, well, yeah. If he takes the tower, that might even it up. But you're just trying to keep your Harvest Golem now, then for those Prowlers and not waste it again.
Exactly right. I've got Shaman. I mean, I'm lucky there. I've got an 11 tower. It probably would have died if it was level 10. Would that have been enough damage? Not 100% sure.
Yeah, really good, really good. And obviously, like you say, you made a bit of a mistake in there, and it almost cost really. So yeah, keeping hold of the Golem then for that. Once you see the opponent's got a Prowler, especially a stealth Prowler.
Yes, very difficult to deal with.
So there was something else I was going to say. Yeah, Harvest Golem then. So it's really good Harvest Golem for, especially with Rocket Towers, that you can, because it's so tanky, that you can kind of group up the opponent's push and then have the Rocket Towers smashing down on it as well. And because the Harvest Golem lives so long, I suppose.
And then Chimera as well does all its splash damage. So you get it from the tower, plus you get it from Chimera to help out.
Yeah. So as you were saying with the Jaina deck, is that you need to work out what type of Jaina deck it is. Reasonably passive to start with, and then are you trying to split lane at any point? I mean, you didn't obviously you didn't go for the side tower at all in that one. Was that by design? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. If I take a side tower, I can't. It's easy for a Jaina to take it back. They can just Jaina execute. And I've got no real unbounds to recontrol it. So side towers are not really my thing unless it's on a bigger map, and then I'll just send a Charlga, get the 1 gold back into my pool of future gold costs, and see if I can, sneakily do some chip damage or take a tower. But at higher levels, not likely.
Right. Okay. Great. No. Really. Really good replay. Right. Final replay then. Let's dive straight into it. Third and final replay going up against Shadow Walker from Unparalleled Rend, I think it was. Is this a good matchup for you?
Always a scary name to see. Depends. So if he's playing Rend Gargoyle, I've only got the real 2 minis to deal with air. So I'm just kind of trying to keep an eye out from there. He is playing Harvest Golem, so I don't think he will be playing Gargoyle with it. We'll obviously turn Rend with Quillbore. He's really quick on the Deep Breath Execute. Value on my Deep Breath there, removing armor. Got a Miner as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a Dark Eye Miner. I've got nothing much to be able to contest with that. So I'm thinking at this stage I might not be able to get gold. I'll just keep throwing a kobold, but I won't try and fight over it.
Okay.
I'm going to have to do some good gold trades here because I don't know if I'll be able to control gold at all. Chimera, good at dealing with.
I think
Yeah,
Shadow.
Harpies
I
that you can
think
put
Shadow
in
made a
there.
mistake there. I think that Quibble came down slightly too late, and you managed to splash onto the Rend
Really?
and all
Yeah.
the harpies, which was great for you.
Yeah. You got my 2 gold there as well. I was slow putting down my Charlga. Yeah, I'm just sort of playing through at the moment. He doesn't really have too many threats that I can't deal with at this stage. I'm going to pop down a Chimera here and get the Harpies with the first attack.
Great.
And at this stage as well, my Chimera is leveling up, but it's still going to die to Deep Breath Execute, which is 7 gold to deal with it. And he missed an Execute there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So, mistake. He's probably played 100 games up to this point. He's a bit of a grinder. So mistakes are common. But yeah, we're just sort of holding on to our gold, taking control. I haven't shown my Shaman yet, and he thinks he's got a damage advantage on base, so I think he might be thinking he can defend as well.
Yep. Okay.
And win because he's got Deep Breath and Execute, so he might be thinking he can win in overtime. So I'm just playing, just try and get some chip damage if I can. So he spent 7 gold there to deal with that again.
It's such a spend, isn't it? 7 for 5 on the Chimera. You know, even though you might not be getting any mining done, that it's not the end of the world if you get in that trade.
Exactly right. So yeah, as I said, there's nothing really scary at the moment. I'll try and send Chimera across this way. Not sure why the Harpies changed direction there. One went to my base.
Got halfway across the bridge and changed its mind.
Yeah, so it's a pretty straightforward. This is the way I like to play, just slow, calculated.
Yeah, so again, it's like you say, it's calculated. It's routine, isn't it? That's harvest golems going across the bridge. You've pretty much got chimeras following majority of the time, and yeah, you're not. I know you've not done much damage, but equally you're not panicking because you've not taken much either.
Exactly, and I know I've got the healing for overtime, so I'm just waiting for him to spend some gold and run his execute and DB on my base. And then I'll throw out a Shaman to heal all that damage back up. I'm starting to send my minis to base down that right lane just to see if I can get some damage, because I will need to get some extra damage onto base.
Yeah. So what's your plan then? Are you thinking that you're going to have to get some spell damage to win this one then?
Yeah. So I'm trying to take the fight to him on base so that I can deep breath minis plus his base. So here he still doesn't know I have Shaman. I'm just waiting for him to try and use his spells on my base, and then I'll pop Shaman.
Oh, you've left that much later than I would have. That was making me nervous.
And then we get a win.
Wow. Okay. So fairly even then against that Rend matchup. Like like I say, you didn't take any damage, but then it was kind of just that sort of the battle of the bridge, really, wasn't it?
Exactly right. So we were just playing very passive. He had nothing scary that I couldn't really deal with. If he uses all of his spells on my Chimera, I can dismount the Rend fairly easily, and then I've got Charlga, who can root him at base if he got that close. But as we can see, he didn't really. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was a nice overtime win. That's how I like to win.
Yeah. Like I say, I thought you were going to cycle a couple of shamans, but again, I suppose you don't want to go too early with your shamans, and maybe does it take a while to get round to a second shaman? I've never tried.
It does. Shaman, it does heal for 15% of base. So it does heal quite a bit. But yeah, I was just waiting for him to use execute, and obviously he didn't. So I just dropped it in the overtime and hope for the best, really.
Yeah. Oh, great. Honestly, mate, that has been such. I mean, I've learned so much, and we've only been talking for about 20 minutes, half an hour or so, something like that. So that's been really, really good. Obviously, I'm going to put I know you don't stream as much as you want to, nor do I, but I'm going to put your Twitch in the description below for anyone who wants to go over and follow you over there. Finally, do you want to just give a quick summary of the deck, then just a bit of a recap of how you're trying to play this deck, and then I'm going to hop off and go and give it a go myself, see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's just a very control your tempo, try not to freak out. Don't be scared to take a little bit of damage on base. You're just focusing on good gold trades, making sure you have answers, taking it easy on the start, trying to play reactively so that you know what they've got, so you can save your answers. And then once you can, try and build up your Leviathan Chimera so that it'll outlive DBs. And then they'll start to freak out and make mistakes, hopefully.
And keep your shaman for towards the end game, so you can have that sneaky last bit of that last bit of healing.
I love using shaman in overtime because people think that they're winning the game, and then you drop that, and they'll make mistakes.
Yeah, I think you said it to me.
Damage on base.
Yeah, I think you said it to me before that people think they're winning the game, then all of a sudden, especially if you're not concentrating, that tower starts to be healed up, and then that sort of panic or that urgency sets in, where then it all becomes a bit of a your opponent dropping as many minis as possible, which is giving you even more chimera value, even more deep breath value, and all that sort of stuff. All because the shaman's popped up, and the strength of that healing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's very good. Yeah, I think it's a she.
I think it's
very sneaky.
So, mate, that has been absolutely awesome. As always, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you coming on. I really appreciate your time, and I've got absolutely no doubt, after everything you've just taught me in that one, I've got no doubt that we'll have you on again with another deck to help educate us all, because that's been really good. But yeah, thanks so much for your time.
No problems. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm working on a Mave deck with Core Hounds at the moment, so you might see a bit of that pop up on the ladder if you're queuing.
Yeah, so I hope not. But yeah, quite possibly. But anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks everyone for watching. If you're not already, get yourself subscribed. Plenty more in this Elite PvP series to come. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.